faves, welcome back to my channel, and to this video that's going to be a bit of a tag video. I was tagged by Samantha March in her tag 5 most exciting brands versus 5 least exciting brands. I did do a similar video to this a very long time ago. We're talking years ago, so it's really interesting to be doing an updated version. I only think I did like 3 most interesting brands then and the 3 least interesting brands then, so it's gonna be something else. And I liked her approach where it's like the like least interesting brands aren't brands she dislikes, it's more that she wasn't that excited when she saw that they were releasing new things. Like, the products aren't necessarily bad, they're just not that exciting. And I'm gonna have the same approach to this as well as she did. I'm gonna talk about 5 brands where I get super excited when I hear that they're gonna release something new, regardless if I'm interested in buying it or not, and then 5 brands that I like their products but I'm just not necessarily that interested in their launches, because if I try them, they're normally good. I'm just not that intrigued for different reasons. I'm gonna explain it. How I'm gonna do this though is that I am not gonna include any brands where I am affiliated, because it feels I am only affiliated with brands that I am extremely excited about, brands that I love, whose quality I feel like I can vouch for. I've tried a lot of their things. I really love the things that I've tried. All brands have like hits and misses though, but brands that I am excited about. So it feels weird for me to talk about brands that I am affiliated with, because for me, if you ever want to know which brands I'm truly excited about, it is the brands that I've chosen to affiliate myself with, and those are always down in the down bar, so I'm not going to talk about any of those in this video. I'm also actually not gonna, let me check this. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about any of the smaller indie brands, because same here, I am actually almost always quite intrigued or interested when smaller indie brands are releasing something, because I feel like they are normally pushing the boundaries and doing something really fun and exciting. So I'm also not going to mention those, but know that just because I'm not mentioning brands like Luxie, Divina, Juvia's Place, I'm not going to mention Juvia's Place, but I am truly excited when I see them release something, because these are brands that I actually really love. So I'm going to mention 5 other brands and 5 not so interesting brands. How am I going to do this? Am I going to do it one of each? No, I'll start with the 5. I put them 5 fun, 5 boring in my notes. That is how I put them. Let's talk about the 5 boring ones. And it's not that they're necessarily bad brands. They're not bad brands, because the first brand that I'm going to mention is Benefit, and I quite like most of the things that I tried from Benefit. Their brow products are amazing. I am wearing their Happy foundation today. It is a, what is this? It is a sheer to medium coverage foundation. It doesn't have that many shades, but since it is a sheer coverage foundation, you can get away with not having as many shades, although I do think that they should expand this a bit. The scent is to me SPR. I really do like it. It's nice. It's nice. I'm also wearing a bronzer and a blush by Benefit. They're nice quality. The problem with Benefit is that even though they are normally releasing really high quality, good products, they're not that exciting. Are they? I don't feel like they're that exciting. It's normally like same products release again in a new packaging or in a new set or in a new palette, like cheek palettes with already existing shades. Sometimes they release just one thing and it's a big thing for them, but for the rest of us, it's not that big of a deal that you're releasing one mascara. Even though the mascara is the best mascara I've ever tried, the Bad Gal Bang, I love it. It's not that exciting. It isn't. So I like the things that I've tried from Benefit, but it's not an exciting brand. I'm not excited when I see them release something, because normally it's like, it's not going to be that groundbreaking. It's probably going to be good quality. It's not going to be that groundbreaking. Another brand where I am not that excited when they're releasing stuff is MAC. And I feel like the excitement train for MAC has kind of went and gone. Same here, a lot of the things that I own from MAC are really good. I feel like the blushes, the extra dimension blushes and the mineralized skin finish blushes, the ones that are like quads, I don't know if I'm explaining myself good, those are probably some of the best, but if not the best blushes I own. Maybe the Natasha de Nonna is better. but they're like up there. But it's not, I think with MAC, it's that they're releasing too many things too often, and most of the things that they are releasing are just re-promoted things in new lines or new packagings or new collections, but it's the same thing. And sometimes they're releasing like things that we're not that interested in, like glittery liquid lipsticks. Maybe you are, I'm not. So I feel like it's very far and between the things, between the things that MAC are releasing that's actually exciting, which makes me feel like, when they're announcing like MAC is coming up with something new, most of the times I'm because it's probably not going to be one of those exciting releases. It's probably going to be another re-promoted collection or re-promoted shades or a formula that nobody really asked for, glitter liquid lipsticks. And it makes me not that intrigued to look at new MAC releases, because it's like, I've seen this before. Another brand that I'm not that excited for, I'm checking which brands I have here. The next one is Morphe. I know a lot of people are extremely excited when Morphe is coming up with something new, because everybody feels like this is going to be so... I feel like the consensus, that's not consensus. I feel like there's two different consensus when it comes to Morphe, and I am in neither group. One of them is like, this is a great brand, great quality for great price, easy to get a hold of, lovely products. The other consensus is that this is overhyped, it's not worth the money, it's crap. Affordable, but crap and boring. I'm more in the, I like Morphe quality. I just feel like most of the time, the brand is not meant for me. It's more people who love big palettes and lots of options and lots of browns, and I am not one of those. So when I see that Morphe is releasing something new, 9 times out of 10 it's something that I just don't want to have. Therefore, when I see that Morphe is releasing something new, I'm not that excited. The last thing that Morphe released that I was excited for was the Bronzers, the half matte bronzer, half shimmery bronzer. I love that bronzer. I love it. I have it. I love it. I have it in Celebutante. I can't pronounce that to save my life. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's adorable. But they probably made 10 releases since then, and I haven't been interested in any of them. And it's not my brand. It's not my brand. It's not that I hate the things from Morphe I have. I think Morphe is decent quality. It's definitely worth the price, and maybe even maybe it's not worth the hype that it's been getting, but I don't think that Morphe is a bad brand. I just think it's a bit of a boring brand, according to me. Next brand is Makeup Revolution. I know that there's a lot of people who love Makeup Revolution. For me, the reason why I'm not that interested in Makeup Revolution is, it's actually 2 reasons. I love that Makeup Revolution is a European brand, super affordable, love that. I don't think that they're doing that many copycat things anymore. I don't like buying copycat makeup. I have no problem with makeup being inspired by other, like this isn't inspired by this idea, just a bit of more affordable. No problem with that at all. It's when they are a dead-on copycat, not even dupe, just a copycat. That's what I don't like. Personal preference. I know others like that. I won't judge you if you do. You do. But they have pretty much stopped with that. They're more doing inspired by or their own thing, which I think is so great. There are 2 reasons why I'm not that excited by Makeup Revolution. One of them being that they release so many things that are so similar. I have no problems with I have realized this. I know that I've talked about this before, that I don't like when brands release too much. I think that my problem is more when brands like Makeup Revolution, like MAC, release a lot of things, but they're not that different. This need to be 5 different launches, because Makeup Revolution, they probably have 1,000 different highlighters, but they are not that different. They're not that different. And I don't like that way of like releasing products, when you're just releasing the same in new packaging, hoping it will stick, hoping people will buy it again even though they own it. I don't like that. And also I feel like with Makeup Revolution, it's a bit hit or miss with the formula. most of the things that I bought from Makeup Revolution, I have not liked. Not hated, just not thought that it was worth even the price, even though it's so affordable. Some things are great for Makeup Revolution. Their baked formula is bomb. I have some baked blushes and baked bronzers that have stuck through the clutter gauntlet because I love them. I think they're so good. I'm not getting rid of them. I still love them. I still use them. They're great. I feel like their cheek products are the ones that they're excelling in. They're just too many different ones that aren't really not different. But if I was to ever order something from Makeup Revolution again, I'd probably stick to that, cheek products. I also have some cream highlighters from them that I've liked. But other than that, it's like not bad, but I can get better than this at the same price. So that I feel like Makeup Revolution should, instead of releasing so many same, should be editing things down and improving the things that they have, improving the things that they release, so that they release fewer things that are better. That's my personal opinion. Will say though, I haven't bought anything from them since the Emily Edit palette, which I thought was okay. Nothing spectacular, not horrible, not great. It was okay. So maybe they have improved the last year. I don't know. I haven't felt like there was anything from them that had the pull on me. Like, oh, I really do need to try this. I hope this is one of the hits. Haven't felt like that since that palette, to be honest. The last brand that I want to talk about is the Balm. I feel the same about the Balm as I feel about Benefit. The things that I've tried from the Balm has been really good. They're not like Benefit though, because they do release different things and new things, like new colors and new formulas, but it's very safe. And my makeup style, even though today maybe it wouldn't look like it, I have been getting more into neutrals though, and I kind of like it. It's not very safe. If nothing else, my makeup style isn't safe. I like experimenting, I like trying new things, I like trying new combos. The thought of putting on ugly makeup doesn't frighten me enough to not try it. Does this make sense? I am a daredevil when it comes to makeup. I like trying new things. I'm not afraid of getting bad makeup for a day, because for me it's worth it to at least have tried the concept I had in mind. The Balm is not that. The Balm is safe, and I am not safe. Even though I like the formulas that I've tried from the Balm, their blushes are great, it's very safe, and I am not safe. And I think that's why I'm not that interested in the Balm. Even though I like the formulas that I've tried, it's very safe. It's very safe. I also want to quickly mention something that I'm so extremely not interested in, and I see everyone in the makeup community talking about it, and I get that the reason is that they're like collaborating with beauty influencers, and they're smart. They're smart for collaborating with beauty influencers that are so big, and everybody's gonna talk about them. Even though I don't care about Key. I don't care about Key sunglasses. Even though they're all over, everybody's talking about them. Even in the new makeup releases that people, the will I buy it that people have, or the trend mood, always talking about Key, and I don't care. It's sunglasses. I don't care about Key sunglasses. And I'm so over hearing about them on makeup channels. I'm over Key. I've been over Key even before I was into Key. Key has saturated the game, and I was never interested in Key. They are boring to me. Okay, let's talk about 5 fun brands, and I'm gonna start to talk about the brand that I know a lot of people are hating on, and I've been hating on them, but it's when I realized this thing with MAC and Makeup Revolution, that they're releasing a lot, but the same, that's when I realized, you know what, I do love Colourpop, and I love the way that they're releasing a lot, but at least they're trying new things. Sometimes they are re-releasing things, re-promoting things. Like now, just recently, they re-promoted their gel liners, both the pots and the pens, in new packaging, and I think that they might have changed the formula a bit for the pots because people weren't that excited about the pot formula, but somehow I don't mind that because they are releasing so many new things. They're doing jelly eyeshadows, they're doing super shock eyeshadows, and the powder eyeshadows. They're doing all kinds of different formulas, and in contrast to Makeup Revolution, most of the things that you get from Colourpop are good quality. The Colourpop, even though being so affordable, even though releasing so many things, they are not a hit and miss, like hit or miss brand. They are definitely most of the time good quality, and even though they do have a lot of highlighters and stuff like that, I don't feel like, as with Makeup Revolution, I don't feel like you can find the same highlighter in bunch of different palettes and singles, and like I don't feel like that is the same thing with Colourpop. And maybe you don't agree with me, but that's just how I feel. I also feel like they have 2018 for me was not the year of Colourpop. They lost their pop of color. They were just releasing so many neutrals and I was so bored. But then at the end of 2019, and let's be honest, the whole of 2019, they have been on a color surge. They have been releasing so many interesting colors, interesting releases, and I feel like they are on a roll. For being a brand that we had been on their back saying like, you are too neutral, you need to step it up, you are duping yourselves, which they were for a bit there. They were a bit Makeup Revolution Mac-ish, just releasing palettes that were too similar to each other. I do feel like they have really picked up their slack, like, and raised the bar and been like, sure, we'll show you different. And I do feel like they have, because I mean the green palette, the pretty like coral spring palette, the purple palette, I really feel like all of the jelly shadows, I feel like they're onto something. Also bringing these super shock shadows into a format where you can have them in palettes and not have to screw on the lid. Like, they are constantly just keeping the train rolling. They're not stuck at a station, and I like that with Colourpop. Every time I see that Colourpop is releasing something new, I am intrigued, because I'm gonna be like, ooh, maybe I want to get this one. And I like that. Another brand that I am always very excited to see what they're releasing, but I'm almost never excited to buy it, is Anastasia. And I feel like everybody who answers this tag is gonna say Anastasia, but I feel like I'm gonna say Anastasia for a different reason than everyone else, and it's that I don't want to buy the Anastasia things, but I do realize that Anastasia is a big trendsetter when it comes to brands, and what they release is going to be the thing that you're going to see on YouTube for a really long time. It's going to affect what other brands are releasing, and I'm always very intrigued to see what Anastasia releases, because I feel like even though when I see that Anastasia is coming out with something new, in the back of my head I'm thinking, it's probably not going to be for me, but what if it is? What if it is? Like the Riviera palette. I hadn't bought a Soft Glam, I hadn't bought the Prism, I hadn't bought Sultry, but I was still very intrigued. I was still intrigued. I was like, maybe I want this one. And I did, and I bought the Riviera, and I feel like they are setting the tone, which makes me very intrigued by Anastasia. Anastasia is probably the most influential makeup brand right now in the world. I would say, at least in the part that influencers are moving in. I don't know about the part where like magazines or just consumers are moving, but just influencer world, or like the YouTube and Instagram world, I would say that Anastasia is the most influential brand. Another brand that I'm always very intrigued to see what they're releasing is Nabla. Basically because Nabla is a European brand, and I feel like they normally come out with really cool stuff, and I'm always very intrigued to see what they're going to come up with next, because I feel like Nabla has been doing colors, but wearable colors. I hate the word wearable, but it's like colors that aren't frightening people, and I like that. And they have single shadows, they do palettes, they do different kind of formulas. They've been bringing out some foundations and concealers and highlighters and brushes, and they are in a more of a mid-range price like range. They're not as expensive as Anastasia, they're not as affordable as Colourpop, they're somewhere in between, they're somewhat affordable, they're easy to get a hold of because you can buy them both at their site and at Beauty Bay, so that you don't have to pay customs, at least not until Brexit comes true. I think that Brexit has been postponed until autumn, correct me if I'm wrong. And I feel like every time I see that Nabla's gonna release something new, even though I haven't bought that much from Nabla, I'm intrigued. I'm always very intrigued because I'm like, ooh, maybe I want to buy this. And yeah, it's a brand that I'm always very intrigued by, and I'm always scrolling through their Instagram, seeing if they've been hinting to something new. Like, I like Nabla. I like them as a brand. The next brand I want to talk about is Natasha de Nonna, and this is a recent favorite, and I think it's mainly because the things that I've tried from Natasha de Nonna, I don't want to say that it's the best thing I've ever tried. It is not, although maybe the blushes. Maybe the blushes. But the eyeshadows are okay. But I feel like Natasha de Nonna has an eye for color combos, an eye for interesting colors, interesting formulas, interesting like formulations, and I feel like she is never settling. I mean, she has changed her eyeshadow formula so many times and people are hating that, but at least it shows that she is not settling. She's like, this is good, but it's not perfect. I can do better. And I like that with the brand, and I like that she's bringing out some cheek products, some lip products, some like, she has a bit of everything. And her cheek products, I've swatched all of them in store. I'm so intrigued. I so want to pick up more. There's an editorial feeling about Natasha de Nonna. That's what I want to get to. There's an editorial, classy, fashion, exciting, not safe. See, this is it. Natasha de Nonna is not safe. She is the opposite of the bomb. She is not safe, and I like that. She is experimenting. She's bringing out new formulas. She has a cream to powder now in an eyeshadow palette, and even though it sounds like something I wouldn't like, I'm still secretly intrigued by it. So I feel like Natasha de Nonna is pushing herself, and I like that. I like a brand that's not settling, and maybe that's why I'm so intrigued by her, and I'm always like, oh, what's her next release? Is this gonna be something that I want to get? And yeah, I feel like Natasha de Nonna is a brand that I'm gonna pick up more things from. It's very pricey though, but I like the editorial feel, I do. The next brand that I am super intrigued by, and I'm always so excited when I hear they're releasing something, even though I haven't bought everything from them, and I haven't actually bought anything from them for a while, but it's Dose of Colors. Ooh, Dose of Colors. I love Dose of Colors. Their eyeshadow are some of my favorites. Their liquid lipstick like formula is definitely one of my favorites. I feel like everything I've tried from them has been so good. I love it. I love it. I want to try more things from them. I want to try their highlighters. I want to try their lip glosses. I want to try their lipsticks. Just so excited when I see that they're gonna release something new, and I'm like, ooh, is this gonna be something that I'm gonna buy? Love Dose of Colors. I'm still hoping for more 5-pan duo, like monochromatic eyeshadow palettes. I'm still hoping for that because I love that. I just feel like same here. Dose of Colors are sometimes neutral, but sometimes colors that appeal to not only color lovers, but people that want to dabble a bit with colors. They're not safe, but they're more like safer. They're like not a rainbow palette. They're more like color, but appealing to the masses. And I love those colors. Always when I see that they're gonna release something, I am super intrigued because I feel like, ooh, this could be something that I will want to pick up. Oh, I'm going to US in this summer, and I'm gonna be able to see, I hope, a Dose of Colors booth again. What are they called? Stall? Counter? And I'm so excited. Gondola, are they called that? I have no idea what they're called. I'm just throwing words at you, and I'm super excited about like that. Knowing that makes me interested, makes me intrigued. And you know what? Nabla does have like gondolas, counters in Italy. I didn't see one now when I was in Venice though, but they do. That's also pretty exciting. Venice didn't have that good shopping. It was good luxury shopping, but I did not have the budget for that. But other than that, it was like, it was okay. I am on a tangent. I was trying to keep this short. I am not keeping it short. I'm trying to failing so bad. Thank you so much, Samantha, for tagging me in this video. I love Samantha to bits and pieces. I adore her. Her channel is amazing. You have to check it out. Although you probably had, because she is I don't even know, is she still smaller YouTuber? Yeah, she's a smaller YouTuber, but she's like the hero in the smaller YouTuber community. I adore her. I hope that I will one day have the opportunity to meet her. So thank you so much, Samantha, for tagging me in this. And I hope you like the answers, and I will leave the answers down below in case you want to answer them yourself. And I think that was everything for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!